Hi, my name's Tamara, and this is the second of the videos that I'm going to be doing on how to be in the now moment. Not just how to come into the now moment, which was the first video, but how to live in the now moment most of the time. It can actually be done really all of the time, but it takes effort in building that program within your human technology, building the habit. We build many, many habits in our lifetimes, and a lot of them are really, really bad. Bad for us, bad for everyone else. And this is an excellent one. So bear with me here as we go through this. If you're coming onto this video first, go back to the first one because that gives you the basic exercise that you need to do 4 times a day for at least a month. And it's only 1 minute each time you do it. And you can easily set an alarm on your phone. So that's no effort at all, really. But today, what I'm going to go through is, while I was at this mystery school that taught me that basic exercise, that I thought, listen, I'm going to give this a go, because if what they're saying is true, then this is going to definitely change my life. And it did. But as we progressed during that first term, they showed us how to use coming into the present as part of our life, our normal life. Like, we didn't have to go aside and do this or spend, an hour alone and do it. We could use the exercises they were giving us, or the techniques, really. We could use them in our daily life. And I was just a young mum, with 2 kids, 2 toddlers. I hadn't had my third then. So I had 2 children, like under 4 at the time. And so I needed something that was easy and that I could incorporate in my life. And that's what they gave me. It was amazing. And after the first month of doing that exercise alone, and also incorporating a few of these in, I came from a different point and was present in my life in a different way. And it was just mind-blowing. Changed everything for me, and it began my path into the mystical, into the higher consciousness approach to life. So the next one, now they were talking to us about being able to pitch our attention, our awareness, our consciousness, and to be able to pitch it where we wanted it to be. And first we started off, you got to remember here, this is decades ago, so we were on pen and paper then, a lot more than our computers and our phones. So I'm going to go back to that now, but you can use this same technique by pitching your consciousness not at the end of a pen or a pencil or a paintbrush, but at the end of your finger, touching the keyboard or touching the phone. Okay, so I've got the pen here just to give you that kind of more physicality about this. So what you would do first is you would become aware of your hands resting on the pen and how you're holding it, okay? And then you would become aware of pitching your consciousness at the end of this pen and taking it closer to the paper here. You would then begin to pitch your awareness between how the pen tip touches the paper, and then you would write. Okay? And what actually happens is you actually do write in a different way as well. My writing was dreadful from the start because I was always too far ahead in my mind to care about how it looked on paper. So I was usually like 2 letters beyond. So it didn't give to having amazing decorative writing or anything, but my writing certainly changed when I began to be able to put my consciousness, my awareness onto it. But then the next exercise, which was much more important for me at the time because it showed me so much, and I think it showed everybody who was who was there with me at this mystery school, is we were then asked with the same approach, pitching your awareness at the end of whatever you were using and in between the paper. And we were asked to draw straight lines. I'm going to do that now. And it's amazing because what happens is you look back at it afterwards, because in the beginning you can't hold your awareness that long. Although I got really good at this one because I drew all of my accounts up, because I also was running a business as well as having 2 children. And I always did my accounts by hand. And I drew all the blank pages up as lined account books so that I could practice this exercise. And every time you see a blip, you know, a bit of a jagged line where you haven't been able to hold your consciousness, you know that that was when you had a thought come into your head. So it was mind-blowing to see that. And then to see the progression as I went through the year, that first year of my accounts, drawing my account pages freehand, I could see how I'd improved and that I could hold my attention. And that's what we're doing here. We're training our attention. I'm just going to give you another one where I've got a little knife here. I always like using tiny little knives like this. I always have, actually, for chopping like pounds and pounds of vegetables, because I'm actually vegan now, but I was vegetarian when I had my 2 first children and my third. I mean, it went on for years and years, and then I changed to vegan. So I was always chopping kilos of vegetables, you know, making all homemade food. And when I was given this exercise, it was a perfect thing for me to have something every day, like at least, well, the 3 meals really I was preparing every day for a family. And I would chop with awareness, with consciousness. So you're pitching here, if I was doing this on like a little plate here or a chopping board, I would be pitching my consciousness, my awareness at the tip. And all you have to do is take that moment before you start. And you've got to remember to take that moment. So all the time here, we're building this level, aren't we, of consciousness and how we can do this. And you would chop your vegetables, which would be beautifully chopped, because they're very even when you do it like this. And you never chop your fingers when you're in consciousness. So here's another skill that you can use as you practice the next step into becoming in the now moment all the time. And don't forget what I said first off in the first video. When you're in the now moment, you cannot be in fear, but you also cannot be in anger or in depression. Okay, so bear that in mind. And I look forward to giving you the next techniques of how to use the now moment, because we were taught how to do it in our relationships, like all contact with other people. And there are some amazing techniques I can give you on that. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.